Hi, I'm Dr. Simeon Roger, and welcome to this series of 3 videos called 3 Silver Bullets of Health. 3 silver bullets of health that our culture has taught us to consistently ignore. So in this first video, I just want to talk a little bit about the first of those bullets, which is structure. Yeah, your structure, meaning your structural alignment. How do you relate? How does your body relate to the world around it? So in this 3D world, we are conditioned by gravity and atmospheric pressure, and your body is totally adjusted to both, by the way. It's meant to be in this environment, so you don't notice the 14 point whatever pounds of atmospheric pressure on you. You don't notice the force of gravity. You're perfectly adjusted. Now, that's all great as long as your structure is aligned. But the moment your structure gets out of alignment, more and more those forces take over. And as they take over, you begin to deal with severe health consequences. So let's have a look at the spine for a minute. So think of your spinal column. And in fact, what you can do is just move your spinal column around. Put your mental attention on your spinal column and move it around a little bit. And you'll notice you can move it in absolutely any direction. And any part of that spinal column, you can move in any direction as long as you don't have, pre-existing back problems. And that's the way it's meant to be. It's an incredible column of universal joints. Now, why does the health of the spine matter? Well, it's very simple. If you don't keep your spine healthy, there's going to be a big problem, because if your spine is not healthy, your internal organs won't be either. The reason for that is that there are nerve fibers coming from your spine that connect to all your internal organs, so conveying information to those internal organs. And of course, if your internal organs suffer, then what happens? Well, considering their main job is to keep you alive, you can pretty much guess the rest, right? The other is spinal fluid. There's spinal fluid that moves up the spine, circulates to the brain, very important for mental acuity. And finally, according to Chinese medicine, the body's major energy pathway, the governing vessel, travels up right beside the spine. So very, very important that we keep our spine healthy, that we're able to keep that column of universal joints healthy and moving. That's one of our main issues for health. And, wrong posture, when our posture goes wrong, it results in several possible things. One is, you may not realize this, but you can actually get a lot more stress and anxiety from simply holding a wrong posture. And more than that, you can, you realize that wrong posture, also certain types of wrong posture, and we'll talk about this in the next video, constrain your breathing, so you're not breathing properly. And as you can imagine, when you're not breathing properly, there are other big consequences. We will talk about those. And then finally, of course, you can get chronic back pain, which inhibits mobility, inhibits enjoyment of life, and makes you, again, much more vulnerable to those prevailing forces of gravity and atmospheric pressure. So, there's no time in this short video to go into exactly how to keep your spine healthy, but if you want to know more, come out to the webinar I'm holding on Thursday. So this Thursday, July 11th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to be doing a webinar. We're going to talk about all this stuff, but in much more detail, and I'm going to be focusing primarily on the incredible health, immunity, and longevity technologies that are incorporated into the ancient Taoist science of Qigong. Qigong, so if you practice Qigong or Tai Chi, for instance, before anything like that, you may want to come out to this, and this will definitely up your game. If you've never practiced them before and you're interested, you might want to know how they function and what their internal dynamics really are, and some of the things you might want to be aware of so that you can avoid. So anyway, watch for the next video in this series. Be sure to sign up for the webinar. If it interests you, you'll find, again, the link in the description below, and we'll see you then. That's it for now. See you in the next video.